Rupshu region of Ladakh starts from the Tsokar lake and extends all the way across the Moreh plains till Pang on the Manali-Leh highway. I got an unexpected ride to the Tsokar lake this winter and got a taste of life in Rupshu. Life here is predominantly nomadic with a mix of Ladakhi and Tibetan shepherds living in the area. The Tibetans have grazing rights over a small area near the Tsokar lake, while the rest of Rupshu belongs to the Ladakhi Changpas. Changpa is the name given to the nomadic people living in the high altitude Changtang region of Ladakh. The Ladakhi Changpas of Rupshu have their base at the Tukche village, but they move across the region throughout the year. I met these Changpas at their winter camp near the Sarsapuk lake. Sarsapuk is a freshwater lake which drains into the bigger Tsokar lake. The Changpas spend their winter here with their huge herds of yak, sheep and pashmina goats. It is no exaggeration when I say that these herds are huge. Each household owns around 400 to 500 goats and sheep and about 50 yaks. The goat and sheep are kept at the village, but the yak population is divided between the camp and the mountains. The adult males and the juveniles are allowed to roam free in the mountains with minimal supervision, but the newborn calves and their mothers are kept at the village. A typical day at the Changpa village starts with the milking of the yaks. Yak milk is a very important part of the diet of these Changpas, and they use it to make butter, cheese, curd, and of course they use it in their tea as well. The calves are kept in a pen overnight and they are released to their mothers one by one in the morning. The calves are allowed to drink their mother's milk for about a minute and then they are separated again so that the Changpas can then milk the mother. Once the yaks are milked, the Changpas then turn their attention to their goats and sheep. The kids of these goats are kept in small cubby holes underground and they let out one by one to drink milk from their mothers. The adult goats and sheep are let out to graze after all the kids are fed. The shepherds take the herd to graze in the hills and plains surrounding the lake. They walk long distances and stay out in the open for around 6 to 8 hours in the biting wind and cold. The shepherds need to keep a keen watch and ensure that animals belonging to a different family do not mix with their herd. All this time, the yaks wait patiently for their turn to be taken out to graze. All the yaks belonging to the village are taken together as one big herd. So the villagers share the responsibility and each family takes turn in providing someone to watch over the yaks for a day. Finally, the villagers can relax a bit after all the animals are gone. The women tend to their cooking and cleaning duties, while the men do some chores around or go hang out with their friends. Most of the women gather for an afternoon siesta every day. They sit out in the sun, spinning yarn, drinking tea, talking, and just resting till all the yaks and sheep return home in the evening. The goats and sheep are the first ones to return home in the evening. The males go straight into their pens, but the females hang around to feed their kids. The kids are let out one by one and they run excitedly to their mothers to greet them and to drink their milk. The Changpas give a special feed to their mothers and other weak animals. They put the feed in small pouches and tie it around the mouth of these animals. There is only so much of the feed to give, and there is an intense competition among the animals to get that extra bit of nourishment. The yak herd returns home in the evening just after sundown. The mothers are given a special feed when they return, so they go straight to their owner's house and wait at the door till they are fed. All these animals are so used to the routine that they follow it to the letter every single day. The last chore of the evening is to put all the calves into their pen and tie them down so that they won't wander off during the night. I had to leave Tsokar after spending just a couple of days there. I had come directly from Somariri, so most of my batteries were dead and my memory cards were also full. My laptop was in Leh, so I had no choice but to return to Leh to charge my batteries and to unload my memory card. I could not afford to hire a vehicle, so I started hiking towards the Puga hot springs. It is a 35-kilometer hike, so I walked till the Polo Kunka pass on the first day and spent the night there. Luckily, on the next morning, I got a ride till Chumatang. I was back again to Tsokar in a few days. The villagers told me of a festival happening on March 12th. It is the same day as the festival in Mato, and I had to choose between attending the Mato festival or the festival at Tsokar. The Mato festival would be a big, grand affair with thousands of people attending, while the festival here would be a small, intimate affair. So I naturally chose to come back to Tsokar, and I'm so glad that I did. The highlight of this festival was the horse race they had between the Changpas. A small ceremony was held before the race started, and it was exciting to see the Changpas in full gallop, and everyone had lots of fun. Races like this are a part of a dying tradition in Ladakh as there are fewer and fewer horses in villages. Everyone uses cars and trucks these days, and the horses are mainly used by the trekking companies, so there are not many of them to go around. The races were followed by a stoning of the devil ceremony. Small figurines representing evil spirits were placed on the ground, and the riders took turns to hit them with stones while galloping on their horses. The festival continued on in the village with more pujas and ceremonies, and finally it ended with the burning of a black effigy which symbolized the victory of good over evil. I got a ride back to Leh on March 14th. There was no space in the vehicle and I had to ride in the back of a pickup truck. But I did not care as my flight was on the next day and I was just happy to get the ride. This whole winter trip went so much better than I expected, and I can't wait to come back again and spend more time with these Changpas next winter.